adventure. In the heart of the Claylands, where the hills are as round as marbles, lived a little fellow named Smush. He was small and bright green, with eyes full of wonder. One morning he found something he had never seen before, a bright, neon blue road that didn't go straight at all. It zigged, it zagged, and it wiggled right over the horizon. Smush adjusted his tiny backpack and decided that today was the perfect day for a journey. "Where do you think you're going?" a deep voice rumbled. It was Argo, a sturdy orange creature who liked things to stay exactly where they were. He watched as Smush stepped onto the blue road. Smush waved his hand eagerly, inviting his friend to follow. "The road is moving, Argo. It feels like it's dancing under my feet." Argo sighed, his heavy clay feet thumping as he reluctantly joined Smush on the wiggly path. As they walked, the road began to live up to its name. It didn't just wiggle, it curled into a giant loop-de-loop. Smush zoomed through it with a cheer, but Argo found it much harder to keep his balance. He gripped the edges of the road, his eyes wide as the world turned upside down. The blue clay felt squishy and soft, cushioning every stumble as they climbed higher into the sky. At the top of the loop, the road leveled out near a patch of purple clay trees. There, Smush heard a muffled "help" coming from inside a giant, translucent clay jar. Peeking out from the rim was a small, pink creature named Bip. She had accidentally tumbled inside while trying to reach a high-hanging fruit. Smush reached out his hand, trying to find a way to tip the heavy jar over. With a great big heave-ho, Smush pulled at the jar's edge while Bip jumped as high as she could from the inside. With a squelch and a pop, the jar tipped over, and Bip slid out onto the blue road. She laughed, dusting off her clay knees, and thanked Smush with a bright smile. She told them she knew a shortcut through the Valley of Bubbles that the wiggly road was heading toward. The trio reached the edge of a deep valley filled with shimmering, iridescent clay spheres. "Look at them all!" Argo exclaimed, his skepticism finally melting away. Bip explained that these bubbles were filled with air and were the only way to cross to the other side. She showed Argo how to step carefully from one sphere to the next, watching as they bobbed gently under her weight. Soon, everyone was bouncing. Smush and Argo discovered that if they jumped together, they could fly high into the air. The valley echoed with their laughter. The wiggly road reappeared on the other side, waiting for them like a loyal friend. Argo realized that the road wasn't just taking them to a place, it was giving them a brand new way to move through the world. The road began to steepen, turning into a spiral that wrapped around a magnificent mountain made of stacked clay boulders. Smush took the lead, his green feet moving fast. He could see something glowing at the very summit. He felt a rush of energy, the blue road beneath him pulsing with a gentle, rhythmic hum that encouraged him to keep climbing until he reached the clouds. At the summit, they found a garden where the flowers were made of spinning clay gears and the grass was soft as velvet. Bip and Argo stood side by side, mesmerized by the view. From up here, they could see the entire wiggly road stretching back across the Claylands, a beautiful blue thread connecting all the places they had been. It was the most wonderful sight they had ever seen. As the sun, a warm, glowing ball of yellow clay, began to sink behind the hills, Smush and Argo sat together on the mountain's edge. They were tired, but their hearts were full. The wiggly road had shown them that the best adventures aren't the ones that go straight, but the ones that twist, turn, and bring you to high places with good friends. Tomorrow, they would follow the road all the way back home,